In the desert, winter is brutal. The moon hangs over silent rocks. Cold wind moves through narrow canyons. The ground is hard, dry, and almost lifeless. No insects move. No flowers open. No warm air rises from the sand. Inside a narrow rock crevice, a small bird lies hidden in stone. Its feathers are still. Its eyes are closed. Its body feels almost frozen. For a moment, it looks dead. But it is not dead. Its heart is still beating. Barely. This is the common poorwill, one of the strangest sleepers in the bird world. While most birds escape winter by migration, this bird chooses a different strategy. It shuts down. Most birds fly toward food. They chase warmer seasons, better weather, and longer days. But the poorwill stays in the desert and lets the world grow cold around it. Its metabolism drops to a whisper. Its breathing becomes barely visible. Its body temperature, normally near 40 degrees Celsius, can collapse dramatically, falling close to the temperature of the cold desert air. The bird becomes almost stone. This is torpor taken to an extreme. And in the common poorwill, it can last not only for one night, but for long stretches across the winter. This is the long nap. The secret is energy. Winter removes the menu. Night insects disappear. The desert no longer offers enough fuel for flight, hunting, and warm-blooded life. For a small bird, trying to stay fully active in that world would be a losing equation. So the poorwill changes the equation. Instead of searching for food that is not there, it spends almost nothing. Stored fat becomes the winter budget. Every heartbeat costs fuel. Every breath costs fuel. Every movement costs fuel. So the bird moves less, breathes less, heats less, and waits. It does not fight winter with power. It survives winter by disappearing from time. Camouflage protects the sleeper. The poorwill's plumage matches desert stone so well that a predator may pass close by and never notice it. The feathers erase the outline. The rock crevice hides the body. Stillness becomes defense. Days can stack into weeks. Dawn does not wake it. Cold does not force it out. The long nap continues. Then, one day, the world changes. Snow dust melts from the rocks. The air softens. Desert flowers begin to open. Insects return to the twilight. And inside the crevice, the machine begins to reboot. The heart climbs back. Heat returns like fire. A bird that looked almost dead becomes alive again. It opens one eye. It shakes its feathers. Stone becomes bird. Then it launches into twilight. The long nap ends in flight. But not every extreme sleeper waits through winter. Some face death every single night. A hummingbird hovers over bright flowers, wings blurred in sunlight. By day, it is a furnace. Its heart races. Its muscles burn energy violently. Nectar enters its bill like liquid fuel. But night cuts off the supply. The flowers close. The temperature drops. The tiny body has almost no energy reserve compared with the speed of its metabolism. Normal sleep could be fatal. A hummingbird that tried to sleep like a larger bird might burn through its fuel before morning. So it performs a nightly emergency shutdown. Torpor. Its body temperature drops. Its heart slows. Its breathing becomes difficult to see. Its metabolism can fall dramatically, sometimes by an astonishing amount. The bird hangs on a twig, limp and motionless, like a jewel whose light has been switched off. It can look almost lifeless. But this is not weakness. This is survival mathematics. The hummingbird burns so fast that it must learn how to slow almost completely. Every night becomes a gamble. If the shutdown works, it reaches dawn. If the night is too cold, if the bird did not feed enough, if the fuel runs out too soon, morning may never come. Then sunrise touches the branch. The tiny body begins to shiver. The heart speeds up. Heat floods back into the muscles. The coma ends. And hunger pulls it into flight. The hummingbird rockets toward the first flower of the morning. The first drink is not pleasure. It is rescue. One bird sleeps long. One bird sleeps nightly. Both choose shutdown. Sleep becomes an energy equation. But cold has another solution. In the snow, sleep becomes excavation. A ptarmigan or grouse walks across powder snow as wind rises across the tundra. Out in the open, the cold is dangerous. Wind steals heat quickly. Exposure wastes energy. A sleeping bird above the snow would lose warmth fast. So the bird dives headfirst into the powder. It disappears underground. Snow closes over its body. The storm seals the door. Inside the snow chamber, the world changes. Above the surface, the blizzard howls. Below, the air is still. Snow is cold, but dry snow is also full of trapped air. And trapped air slows heat loss. Physics calls this insulation. The snow becomes a thermal wall. Outside, the temperature may collapse. Inside, survival becomes possible. The bird tucks its head into its feathers. Feathers add the final blanket. Snow hides the sleeper from predators. Tracks vanish as the wind erases the surface. A fox may walk overhead and never know that a living bird is sleeping below. The shelter is made of storm. At dam, the smooth snowfield looks empty. Then suddenly, it erupts. The grouse explodes from beneath the snow in a burst of white powder. The sleeper becomes flight. A bed carved from winter. Each evening, the strategy may repeat. If weather attacks, go under it. But some birds survive cold not by hiding alone, but by gathering. At twilight, thousands of chimney swifts circle above a chimney. The sky becomes a tornado. Each circle tightens the group until suddenly the flock pours downward into the narrow opening. Inside, the brick walls become beds. Swifts cling to the vertical surface. Body presses near body. Warmth becomes social. Outside, the temperature falls. Inside, the flock buffers the cold. One bird warms another. The entrance is narrow. Predators have difficulty reaching them. Safety comes in numbers. In walls. In shared heat. In the shelter of human structures that now imitate cliffs and hollow trees. Morning releases the tornado. The swifts erupt from the chimney and return to the sky. In the Antarctic, the same idea becomes even more extreme. Emperor penguins face a world of ice, wind, and darkness. At the bottom of the world, warmth becomes a crowd. They press together against the blizzard, forming a huddle so dense that the group becomes almost one body. The center traps heat. The edge pays the price. So the crowd keeps moving. Slowly, penguins rotate. Birds on the freezing outside work inward. Birds in the warm center eventually move outward. No one stays frozen forever. A chick may ride on a parent's feet, sheltered beneath a brood pouch. Warmth becomes a living roof. In a place where the environment attacks every exposed surface, social warmth becomes survival architecture. If wind is deadly, become many. But some penguins solve sleep in a completely different way. In a chaotic Antarctic colony, a chinstrap penguin rests beside its eggs. The nest is never truly safe. Predators circle. Neighbors call. The colony is noisy, crowded, and full of threat. A parent cannot simply fall into deep sleep. The egg needs constant guarding. So sleep fractures into pieces. The penguin's eyes droop. 4 seconds pass. Then awake. The head lifts. The bird scans the colony. Guarding resumes immediately. Then another tiny nap. And another. And another. This can repeat thousands of times in a day. Tiny fragments of sleep accumulate into hours of rest, while the parent remains ready to defend the nest. Sleep becomes a stutter. Rest without surrendering the egg. Danger resets the brain instantly. A skua lands nearby, and the penguin wakes, pecks, defends, and returns to duty. 4 seconds never becomes vulnerability. The brain steals moments. This is one of the strangest truths about sleep in bird sleep is never just rest. It solves problems. For the poorwill, sleep solves the absence of food. For the hummingbird, sleep solves the cost of a tiny furnace. For the ptarmigan, sleep solves cold and wind. For swifts, sleep solves exposure through gathering. For penguins, sleep solves the impossible demand of guarding while exhausted. Each sleeper rewrites the rules. The poorwill chooses disappearance. The hummingbird chooses temporary collapse. The grouse chooses burial. The swifts choose the crowd. The chinstrap penguin chooses repetition. Different worlds. Same problem. How do you survive while unconscious? Human sleep feels simple by comparison. We lie in beds. Walls block the wind. Blankets hold warmth. Doors keep predators away. Our sleep feels safe because we built environments to protect it. But in the wild, sleep faces the world. Cold can kill. Hunger kan kill. Predators can kill. Parenting demands vigilance. Storms can erase shelter. So birds turn sleep into strategy. Torpor saves fuel. Snow burrows save heat. Roosts share warmth. Micro naps protect time. Stillness hides life. Every version is a survival machine. The dead-looking bird survives. The comatose bird returns. The buried bird waits. The crowded bird clings. The exhausted parent guards. And dawn is the test. Can the poorwill hunt again after the long silence? Can the hummingbird refuel after the nightly shutdown? Can the buried grouse escape from winter? Can the penguin stay vigilant after thousands of tiny naps? The answer is yes. A heartbeat can be a victory. A sunrise can be a rescue. 4 seconds can be enough. Sleep is not weakness, not laziness, not escape, not broken rest. Sleep is survival architecture. It is the body negotiating with hunger, cold, predators, and time. As the sun rises over desert rock, snowfield, chimney, and Antarctic ice, the sleepers return one by one. The poorwill rises from stone. The hummingbird reignites. The grouse explodes from winter. The swifts become a river of sky. The penguins keep watch. Sleep ends differently for each of them. But the message is the same. In nature, rest is never passive. Sleep is strategy. Sleep is engineering. Sleep is life finding a way to reach morning.